Hi everyone, today I want to talk about how philosophy can be used as a tool for thought purification. In today's world, we are constantly surrounded by information, noise, and even emotional manipulation. Clear thinking is become rarer, but it's also more important than ever. That's where philosophy come in. And not just about reading theory, it's a way to training our mind to question, reflect, and refine our thoughts. It's really not just a collection of ideas, but a toy that help us keeping our thinking clear and focused.
Ladies and gentlemen, what's the fundamental difference between truly thinking and simply believing? This slide cuts right to the heart of it. On one side, we have philosophy, its core mission to teach us how to think. It proves the truth, critical analysis, questioning, and careful reasoning. It actively invites skepticism, a health doubt that leads to deeper understanding. Crucially, philosophy helps us separate our feeling from our reasoning, allowing both to exist harmoniously, without one polluting the other. On opposite stands propaganda and its close relative, dogma. Their demand is very different. What you think? They don't equip you with tools. They demand blind acceptance of pre-packaged conclusion. Questioning is discouraged, replaced by the pressure to conform. So philosophy empowers. It gives you compass to negative ideas yourself. Propaganda, however, seeks to control. It gives you fixed distinction and demands you follow without question. The choice is stark. Do we seek the scale of independent thought or settle for imposed belief? This answer defines not just our mind, but our freedom. Thank you, listening.
Hello everyone, today I want to share with you the importance of logic and critical thinking in philosophy. Philosophy is not just about asking big questions. It is also about using clear thinking to find the truth. Logic and critical thinking help us see when there are mistakes or basic in our ideas. For example, if someone says, "This must be true because many people believe it," logic reminds us that popularity does not make something true. By thinking in this way, we can check if our beliefs are consistent and make better decisions. It also trains our minds to be careful, fair, and attract when we judge argument. In daily life, these skills help us understand news, solve problems, and talk with others without being misled. That is why philosophy is not only about ideas, it is a way to think more clearly and live more wisely. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, ethics is more than just following rules. It's about going beyond superficial moral judgments. It challenges us to examine our beliefs and clean our thought processes by removing blind spots. Instead of relying on untested ideas, ethics replace them, helping us clear our core values and stay true to them. Even in difficult situations, ethics invites us to ask deeper questions. What is justice, and do the ends justify the means? These questions doesn't always have easy answers, but they push us to think critically. When we hug ethics in this way, we not only make better choices, we also become better people.
Hey everyone, Let's talk about the time physical and expansibility. These two ideas makes us think hard about relevant knowledge. First, the time physical and expansibility push us to reflect, like what's the real nature of the reality and what can we actually know? They are not just written questions. They helps us a bit deeper. Now, that's a cool thing is help us to be the inequality helpful. That means we know we don't have all the answers. Humanly, here isn't weak. It's like a clean up. Let's get rid of the manager so we stopped collecting like we know everything. We become open to new deals, even if they challenge that we have. Think of time physical as asking, that's truly real, not just what we see on the surface. Expansibility asks, what can I really know? Making us check if our behaviors make sense. Together is the train our minds of the question, expert and stay cartoon. What is the wonder of the quick answers that is important? It stops us from the getting stuck in the reading thinking. So let's embrace these questions. They don't just teach us about the reality, and they teach us to think better. That's helpful and keep growing. Thank you for going to the this whole chat.
Hello everyone, let's take a quick 1 minute look at this side on intellectual humanity. So first, intellectual humanity means we ask a question about what we think and how we know, and how we see reality. This hobby works like cleaning the mind. Next, it helps us stay away from arrogance, stuffiness, and the fresh idea that we are always right. When we said we might be wrong, our think stays open. Then humanity brings new ideas and views, saying I can learn something. Let us hear voice we might not notice. Also, the openness helps us keep cleaning and growing, not only in school, but in all the choice, talks, and projects we do.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about a growing trend that affects how we communicate and engage with one another, which is outrage culture, and how we can resist it by turning to a more thoughtful, philosophical approach. Let's start by looking at social media, which often encourages a fast-paced, emotionally charged environment. It tends to reward outrage over insight, speed over depth, and emotional reactions, rather than critical thinking. Popular opinion dominates, and the pressure to respond quickly can lead us to react before we've had a chance to reflect. So this is where philosophy comes in as a powerful antidote. Philosophy encourages us to pause and reflect, to choose reflection over reaction, and it values depth over speed, helping us explore issues more thoroughly and understand them from different perspectives. Rather than getting swept up in emotional rhetoric or trending opinions, philosophy grounds us in reasoned arguments. It gives us the tools to think independently, question assumptions, and engage in meaningful dialogue. By anchoring our thoughts in reason and reflection, we become less reactive and more intentional. We can engage more constructively, even in difficult conversations, and contribute to a culture that values understanding over outrage. So, as a conclusion, resisting outrage culture isn't about silence or inaction. It's about thoughtful engagement, and philosophy offers us a way to do just that. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Let's talk about the meaning of life. Big topics, right? But maybe the better question is, how do we decide what makes life meaningful? This question makes us think about what truly matters. Our choices, our relationships, and our goals. Asking better question makes us wiser. We don't have all the answers, and that's okay. Staying curious and open is a strength, not a weakness. A good question is like a compass. It may not give the whole map, but it points us in the right directions. So maybe the meaning of life isn't something we find, it's something we create, one question at a time. Thank you for listening.
Hello everyone, today let's see how philosophy is a tool for lifelong mental hygiene, following 4 steps: question, analyze, evaluate, revise. First, question. We ask the why about ideas, not just accepting them. To analyze, dig deep, like using a magnifying glass to break down thoughts. Next, evaluate. Ways if idea and honest are local, use the skills to purify our thinking. Final, revise. Update our ways we needed keeping our mind fresh. Philosophy isn't just a schoolwork. It helps us thought wise, thinking clear, and understand better. In a world full of messy ideas, then this depth protects our minds. So practice questioning, analyzing, evaluating, and revising. Let philosophy keep your mind healthy for life. Thank you.
As we reach the final part of our presentation, let's take a moment to reflect on the true value of philosophy in our lives. In a world full of noise, fast opinions, and misinformation, philosophy offers us protection. It protects us from manipulation by teaching us how to think critically, not just accept what we are taught. It helps us question ideas, evaluate arguments, and avoid being easily influenced by false information. But philosophy doesn't just protect, it also transforms us. By reflecting our thinking, we develop a clear understanding of ourselves and the world around us. We begin to form our own views, not just copy what others believe. This transformation makes us more independent, more thoughtful, and more ethical. It empowers us to live more meaningful and examine lives. As Socrates said, the unexamined life is not worth living. Thank you.